Okay, so I'm back once again, and as usual, I'm going to be recommending 3 animes for you guys to watch. But before we get on with the video, please remember to like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get on with the recommendations. The first anime I'm going to recommend is The Daily Life of the Immortal King. This anime centers around the main character Wang Lang, who's a seemingly ordinary high school student who is secretly an absurdly powerful immortal cultivator whose strength is so overwhelming that he must constantly surpass it to avoid accidentally destroying the world. Within the first episode, there's already sort of a joke that's made, which is that Wang Lang defeats a world-ending demon king at the age of 6 with almost no effort at all, then immediately has his memories of the battle sealed by his parents so he can live a normal life, only for him to later enroll at a 6-arts high school, a school for cultivators where even the simplest emotions or power fluctuations could unleash catastrophic consequences. And as the story continues, the anime blends comedy, action, fantasy, and slice of life elements. And yes, the character does have stuff like a school life, friendships, and rivalries, but he's secretly dealing with threats ranging from rogue cultivators to disasters that he casually revolves around in the background. So this is actually a Chinese anime, which is really interesting because you have different sorts of animes that are releasing these days that are not just in Japan, some in the US, some from Korea, and then you have this one, which is one that's from China. There was another Chinese anime that was actually very popular as well, which was called King's Avatar, that released a while back. But needless to say, this anime does have mixed reviews, and I'm gonna get into that. And yeah, so basically the plot itself is not really that good. Yes, it does have that basic plot of a very strong, like OP main character, but that's not the problem. The problem is outside of that, the plot in and of itself is not really that strong. It doesn't really hold its own that much. As a matter of fact, you could say this is really a ripoff of The Misfit of a Demon King Academy. If you really don't care about the plot at all and you really just care about an anime with a really strong main character, because there have been other series that I've actually watched just for that purpose itself, then yeah, you could watch this anime and enjoy it. The next anime I'm going to recommend is May I Ask for One Final Thing. This anime is a fantasy series with a strong mix of comedy and revenge that focuses on Scarlet, who's the main character, who's a noblewoman who is publicly dumped and made fun of in public by her arrogant fiancé. In the first episode, the prince accuses Scarlet of things that she didn't do and announces the end of their engagement in front of everyone, expecting her to accept it quietly, but instead she calmly asks if she can do one final thing, which is, you know, the name of the series. Before leaving, she then shocks everyone by punching him, starting a very satisfying beatdown of him because this guy really is like, he's the type of character that makes you mad, let's just put it as that. From that moment on, the anime makes it clear what it's about. Scarlet doesn't stay silent or suffer in secret, but instead stands up for herself and others by directly confronting cruel nobles. Because this does have that element of nobility, which is a very common concept, but what's really interesting is how this main character handles that. And she stands against corrupt leaders and anyone who abuses their power, all while staying confident. This type of series definitely is like a niche genre that not everybody will be into, but if you like anime like, let's say, Seventh Time Loop, which I've recommended before, then you would probably definitely like this one as well. The next anime I'm going to recommend is the Reincarnation of the Strongest Exorcist in the World. This series is a fantasy isekai anime about a powerful exorcist who is betrayed and killed in his original world, only to reincarnate in a magical fantasy world. He's born into a noble family, but is immediately looked down upon for having weak or no magical ability at all, even though that's not even true at all, because the show does show you he actually is really powerful, they just don't know it yet. Because he still has all of these powers and memories from his old life, which is a really interesting concept. I mean, he can summon shinigamis, use talisman, and even standard magic, and even controlling spirits, which is a very dangerous form of magic. And as the series continues, he does grow stronger and even enrolling in a magic academy and protecting those that he actually cares about. There are so many isekai anime out these days that I can recommend and talk about them for days. But there really are only a few, and I do mean only a few, that are watchable, because you could call them isekai slop. I talk about them all the time. But this one does have an actual plot. Like, it does work on the plot itself. It's not just here's another isekai. It has somewhat of a plot, and you might enjoy it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Remember to like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.